Please run good. Please run good. Please run good. All right. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kahuna Silver right here on YouTube. And I wanted to do the stream because you know what? I thought it would be easier for me to like, how can I say, talk about this, on camera and stuff like that, man. But it. I'm trying a bunch of things out, and oh god, there it is. It's running like crap. Um, So we're gonna try to make it through. I'm actually just gonna try to do whatever I can before my actual stream just goes to crap because I'm trying to use the camera for the first time, and it might go to actual crap. Now, if I start playing badly, just keep in mind that when I'm on stream, I don't try to how can I. So yeah, the stream is pausing a little bit. I don't think it work with the camera. So yeah, and it is cut the camera off because yeah. Yeah. Whoa, buddy. Well, now it's starting to work proper. Now it's starting to work proper because one, the camera's gone. And I guess that was an overload on the quality stream. Oh yeah, yeah, it's working way better. The quality of it. Okay. So okay, one thing I do want to discuss is that Nintendo Direct, and I do want to discuss this really badly because man, I got some stuff that want to be said about that Direct a lot, and I've been hoping that I can finally like catch some time. And you know what? I was supposed to do it that same day I posted that video, but here's what happened. Yeah, life happens, and you get stuck doing stuff that you didn't mean to do. But yeah, but without further ado, let's get started and talk about this Nintendo Direct. All right, first and foremost, the Nintendo Direct is like literally like one of if not one of my favorite ones I have ever watched, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. As a Nintendo fan, I enjoyed myself. There's some games that I really want to talk about, and there's some games that I thought I would never talk about in my life. But first and foremost, I want to focus my attention on Square Enix because Square Enix had a noticeable presence there, and and I was enjoyed by what I was seeing from Square Enix. But you know what, man? I take it to the fact that Square Enix, they use their more stylized stuff with us Nintendo fans. Like they use their more stylized stuff with Nintendo fans. What I'm talking about is like um, the card game they got on eShop, which I still have not traded. Had not tried the demo yet. There's a demo for that. Oh, and there's like how can I say it? I think that what Square Enix is doing on the Switch, it's good enough. At least they're supporting the console. They're trying to put out original games for like the Switch. They're not trying to port over these possible ports, and they're trying to make games specifically for the Switch. And that's cool too. That's third party support. And Square is abundant. With this. Square has like in my opinion, one of the best third party supports on the Switch so far. Of course, there was Chibi, Chocobo Racing. I would keep saying Chibi. I don't know why, but Chocobo Racing. You know, a game that I am excited to play. I'm a Mario Kart fan. Since we didn't get Mario Kart 9, I'm tired. I'm tired of playing Mario Kart 8. We're actually going to check out, Chibi Robo. And that, not Chibi, Godly. Hold on, let me get myself straight right here. Chocobo GP. Chocobo Racing looks actually good, and I do enjoy. Uh, I do enjoy what was going down and everything, but Chocobo Racing, literally, my the game myself, and then I was just like, wow, it looked fun to me, and I'm very happy that I heard this game was also I heard this game also had a almost like sense because at the time Square Enix was furious at Nintendo. And Nintendo was furious at Square Enix, so it makes total sense that Square Enix want to like capture it, and it's exclusive to Nintendo on Switch, which is a good thing. I think that style of game resonate more with Nintendo fans than it does like PlayStation and Xbox fans. You don't hear them talk about these kart racers like me and you. Like I like Mario Kart and stuff like that. So Chibi Robo, Chibi Chocobo, Chibi, not Chibi Robo. I wish we had Chibi Robo now, but Chocobo Racing. It looks good, and I like that game. Now that card game, that's another story. I do not like that card game whatsoever. I don't care. I haven't even tried the demo yet. But the reason why I said I don't like it because I don't like that new mechanic that I got going around with it. If you ever played if you ever seen or maybe looked at the demo, it looked alrightish, but it's like a card game, and and I don't do well with those types of games. Even like playing like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Those were based around trading card games. But even though like games like Gwent, that's in what's the name? What's that game is in? Witcher. And even stuff like what's that card game based off of Hearthstone? Crap. Hearthstone. Yeah, that game. Those games like I can't get in tune with those kind of games. Even though this is a full on RPG using this mechanic of cards and stuff like that, man. I can't still get in tune and custom with it. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest ordeals that I always had with Chibi Robo, not Chibi Robo, still saying Chibi Robo, y'all. Get with me, man. And one thing I am seeing, even with like, the Chocobo racing game and everything like that, Square Enix is trying like more experimental stuff. Like it's not just an RPG or New Final Fantasy. Some original content on the Switch, and I think a lot of Nintendo fans are going to appreciate that in the long run. And with this card game, it's a no for me because there's another game that Square Enix even put it on the Switch, and it's the Triangle Battle game, which I honestly cannot wait to. Did I die here? Did I literally die here? I might go on a rant in a few minutes about this game. But anywho, yeah. So yeah, the Square Enix presence in the Direct was actually kind of cool. Now, Triangle Strategy Battle. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason that I'm actually going to try this game, and it's the only because I did like Octopath Traveler, and also my Fire Emblem Maniac. Only thing, like, I don't know, this is a big pet peeve with me. Multiple endings because I feel like I'm so used to linear games. If you don't make the option choice for me to choose out my adventure however I like, make it something like Metroid where you're free to do whatever. Just make sure that you get to the objective on time. You feel me? That's what I kind of like when it comes down to those kind of games. And as long as I'm playing the game right and everything, I should be okay. So yeah. So with Triangle Battle, it's multiple storylines, like that, man. And even though Fire Emblem has this too, I still don't like that approach. You're giving me an option to choose like a storyline, and what if I don't like that storyline? I already like messed up with my decisions and stuff like that. That stuff I don't I'm not used to, right? But I do want to play this game because it reminds me a lot of Fire Emblem, and it's kind of cool to see Square Enix take, you know, on on this game. You know, I was thinking like maybe Square Enix first foray with this kind of game, maybe most likely with uh, what's the name? What's the name of that game? Final Fantasy. But you know, Triangle Battle, I'm happy. I'm ready to play it. Um, I did not play that demo. I hope it's still up on the eShop because I think that was just like a small beta tester, like for that game, and I hope that's still on the eShop. I will go and like try to download that and see if Well, hold on. Let me see. Can I go ahead and just find it? If it's on the eShop, we can go ahead and just look it up. And I might as well get that card game too. But yeah. So off of Square Enix, their presence was big in the direct. Now it's on time to look at that. Look at this. Now, oh yeah. Before I even get off Square Enix, yeah, they have a SNES game that I never played. Like, I never played it, so please do not get mad at me. Yeah, it's a SNES game I didn't even know existed, but everybody seems to know this game. I wish they would have put that junk on Nintendo Switch Online, so that way that we can actually like try it out. But it's here now on the eShop as a remaster, and I'm glad that they doing it. They did it like that, so it brings in new people, and I'm glad that they brought that game back. So later down the line, I might get it. You know. Okay, so another game. I want to go ahead and just talk to about another game that I want to talk to y'all about is Dying Light. Okay. Dying Light is one of those games that like one of those hype games that never cross your mind. Yeah, that's that game for me. Like, it never crossed in my mind that I actually wanted to play it or nothing like that. Like, I always saw it like back on other YouTubers. They always was playing it, but yeah, with Dying Light, it was a zombie open world zombie apocalypse game. I was like, I don't really want to play that. Open world zombie apocalypse game. Why do I really need to play that? Oh, but it was a popular game at the time. And I didn't want to just write it off just because I myself wasn't a fan of it. But I'd rather play. I'd rather try it out when it comes out. And they made such an effort to bring the game over to Switch. Not including the sequel, which is a cloud version of the game, which I don't, do not condone cloud versions of games. I don't condone cloud versions of games at all. I hate cloud versions of games. They're not sure. They're asking you to pay. They're basically making you download a link and asking you to pay for the game that they uploaded on a website and telling you to play that off the online store, and they calling it a Nintendo Switch version. It happened with Control, Hitman, Guardian of the Galaxies, and now Dying Light 2. If you can't port the game over, then don't try to port it at all. We all know that the Switch is not powerful enough to handle certain games, And with that being said, it's not me downing the Switch at all. It's not me downing the Switch at all. I just feel that, if you can't make the game happen on Switch natively, don't try it. Because, in the end, you're going to be messing with somebody who doesn't want to, like, pay for that game offline, just to play it online all the time. That basically defeats the purpose of the Switch. So with Dying Light 2, when it's a cloud version, I'll gladly pick up Dying Light 1 because it is, how can I say, it's a popular game, and I do want to support the developers, for trying, just the natively, give me a ring, for natively bringing it over to the Nintendo Switch, for real, man. That right there is It's I'm not mad that the game is a cloud version. It's just cloud versions, man. They're useless on Switch. If you're gonna make a cloud version of a game, just make it for PlayStation and Xbox because that. Okay, okay, it's good, it's good, it's good. Internet's back up. Look, I'm using Spectrum Internet. I'm using Spectrum Internet, and sometimes that internet just crash on you in the middle of stuff. It crashes on you in the middle of stuff, man. Come on now. Shout out to Spectrum, man. Y'all cheap. Y'all cheaper than AT&T. Y'all come with good benefits to your internet, but lordy. So back to Dying Light. Right, I just want to just go ahead and just tell y'all this. I'm happy that the game is coming, and it's a good thing that the game is coming to Switch. Switch is getting more of those impossible ports. Um, and I'm glad that attempts are being made with the Switch. That's one. That's the most important part. When attempts are being made, you got some developers out here who would not even think about, you know, attempting with the Switch, and that's the biggest thing that I think that's most important. So yeah, Dying Light. I do think that it's cool that ah, all right, all right. So yeah, so with that said, Dying Light out the way. That's another game I want to talk about. There's a bunch of other games that didn't tickle my fancy, but I want to go ahead and get to some of the bigger stuff that caught my eye for the Nintendo Switch for the Nintendo Direct. Uh, so Mario Party looks fire. And you know what? I'm okay with that. You know what? I want some of y'all friends code so we can play Mario Party. That looks fire. Like it literally looks fire, and I cannot help myself. I love Mario Party. I truly do, and I'm glad and I'm happy that Mario Party is a thing. Like this Mario Party is like it's such a happy time because you get to see all the old 64 levels come back in HD. It's amazing though. It looks pretty good, and I'm glad that Nintendo is listening to the fans and bringing back old style Mario Party. I won't be playing for a second because I'm texting somebody back, but yeah. With that being said, let's let's just say this: everything that's been shown off of Mario Party is nostalgic. Some of these boards I have not played. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Yes. All right. My bad. Uh, wish Facebook and Messenger wasn't a thing. I really do. um, back to what I was talking about. Let's talk about Mario Party. Yeah, I'm hyped for that game. But we're gonna also talk about the big reveal. People, we've been begging for this for a long time. And the fact that it took 30 years for this character to finally get a 3D game, well, let me be technical. First and foremost, people, Kirby was in 3D back on the GameCube. They had planned out a 3D game that eventually became uh, Kirby's Kirby's Return to Dreamland. All right, I'm pretty sure we all heard this story before about Kirby. Return to Dreamland. It was supposed to be a game for like the GameCube, and it was it was quickly made into like a 2D game, and yeah, it's crazy. But I'm just like it took so long though. Our first 3D Kirby game was actually Air Ride. Actually, it was the first time we ever saw Kirby in actual 3D. Move in a kind of 3D space. Now I understand that doesn't count because it's a racing game, and I get that. But it's still our first 3D game. It was our closest thing. Even though like we had Sea Trial area and stuff like that, but to see Kirby in the Forgotten Lands, really generic name, Nintendo. Just saying out there, man. For Kirby's first epic foray, you had Breath of the Wild. You got Pokemon Legends, Arceus. You're not really giving Kirby like that grandiose with that name. That name is just, let me stop nitpicking because you know what? I am happy that game is happening. I am super happy that Kirby in the Forgotten Lands is happening. It's a beautiful sight with that game. I was just in awe when they showed Kirby, waking up on the island and then going into the city and then just start doing Kirby stuff, jumping over the enemies and stuff like that. I was like, at first, it kind of scared me at first because the game kind of looks, how can I say, empty. But I understand, like, this game, like, we haven't seen the full thing. It just got announced. You can't really, like, say, oh, this game is empty because of... You can't really say this game is empty because... Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Yeah. It just got announced. It has, like, a lot of goodness going forward. And I am happy to see this game so much actually being realized. When they said there was, like, doing something new for Kirby, for his event, for his anniversary, they said they was trying to reinvent Kirby. They was talking about just put him in 3D, and that's basically all we wanted. We wanted a 3D Kirby adventure. I hope they don't try to take the open world approach. Do what you got to do for Kirby just to make sure that that this game that Kirby transitioned well into 3D and everything else. That is the most important part. You gotta make sure this character transition well into 3D, and that right there. And believe me when I say this, for a Kirby game to work, freaking 3D, that's what they need to focus on mostly. Kirby, a Kirby game is gonna look good regardless. Kirby is like the king of, how can I say, art styles, and it don't matter about how the game looks. Just make sure that game runs well. It's fun. Kirby's biggest thing is the fun factor of it all. So yeah, we want Kirby to be good, and I just want to hear the story. Look, when it comes down to a Kirby game, as of recently, I'm mostly here for the lore. All right, I know that's shallow to say. I'm mostly here for the Kirby lore because I want to see the giant. I want to see the new boss fight that's going to be making everybody crap their pants. The new lore that's going to be dropping in the Paul screams. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I didn't think, like, the guy who's behind Kirby now, I didn't think that he can flip Kirby on his head. But I'm thankful that he did, and the games are fun. The games are fun, and they stack well. That's what I'm gonna say. And, like the lore adds up and everything, you know, and it does like answer a lot of questions. You know, you see all these Kirby games, you know, back in you see all these Kirby games like I'm trying to think of Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and Return to Dreamland and everything like that. Those games are, how can I say, fun to me. Even though, you know, I'm only playing them, you know, just for the lore and story bits, stuff like that. It's fun to me, and I like that. And I want to see what Kirby and the Forgotten Land story is. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing that, you know, you play a game for its lore. You know, but I think it's a fun thing. Like at the end of the day, like you're curious, what's going on with this world? Why is this city abandoned? You know, where is everybody? You know, why we see King DD's mooks? You know, why do we see King DD's mooks causing a ruckus? You know, in this forgotten city. You know, you want to see that stuff. You got questions. You want some answers. Like, yo, King DD, what you going on? What you got going on over here? Oh no. Oh, like that's why I'm excited for. I don't know about y'all, but I just cannot wait for this Kirby game, bro. It's gonna go live, man. Our little boy is finally going to 3D after how many years of being in 2D crap, in the crap hole of 2D gaming. Yes, Kirby going to 3D is a freaking big achievement, and Nintendo, I cannot wait to play. All right, some updates on some games. Animal Crossing, you got a direct coming. Smash, you got a direct coming. Well, you got a presentation coming, and I know everybody is hyped for that one, bro. I cannot wait for myself, you know, to see like who's the final character going to be. Like, I thought like this direct is going to show it, you know, like nah. He said nah. I want that to myself, and I get you, Sakurai. You know, you can have it. Smash is your baby. You know, that's yours. You know, I get you, Sakurai, on a whole other level. Like, go ahead, man. I'm pretty sure you're gonna knock it out the park with this announcement, and I cannot wait myself to actually like freak in butthole. Trying to go for most of the collectibles, and this is what happens. This is why I don't 100% games. But anywho, y'all let me know, man. What y'all think about this, man? I'm not a big Animal Crossing fan. Just putting it out there right now. So whatever they show for Animal Crossing, crap. You know, I'm just gonna show my face and actually have a happy time. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Animal Crossing, no, nobody want to see no freaking Animal Crossing. There's a lot of people who want to see Animal Crossing, and there's some people who've been begging Nintendo, yo, Nintendo, where's my Animal Crossing update? And I get that, you know, so they get to direct all to themselves, and that's cool. However, I'm in it for the Smash, man. I'm in it for Smash Bros, man. Y'all should know that. And I'm pretty sure, I call it a hunch, the last character is going to be Dynasty Warrior. I just forgot a hunch. It's going to be somebody from Dynasty Warrior. So that's my best thing I can say. You know, for the first time, you know, in a while, man, you know, if not Dynasty Warrior, it's going to be some obscure Japanese game that we don't know about, you know, something that like only a handful of people know about. But that don't matter. That does not matter in the slightest. Whoever it is, I know Sakurai will make me happy. This is another screw anti-gravity and Sonic so much. Time's up. Ugh. All I want is the red star. It's right there. But yeah. So to close out this discussion, you know, about, you know, the Nintendo Direct and everything, just to close it out and everything. Okay. And this is going to lead into my next topic too. Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3. You know what? And I love how Platinum just casually just fakes us out, you know, with Lappy from what's that game? Astral Chain, and it's like, oh snap, it's Astral Chain 2. And everybody getting happy over there. I was like, yo, they cannot do this. They cannot do Astral Chain 2. I'm never okay. Restart the stage. I'm sorry, restart the stage because anti-gravity gets on my freaking nerves. In games, especially with a control scheme like this. Yeah, no. Hey, okay. Let's do it. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about this. Finally, let's go ahead and talk about this. Bayonetta 3 looks absolutely like a blast. It looks like some serious heat. I can't deny it. Bayonetta 3 looks like some serious heat, and I am all for this wild ride that is Bayonetta 3. Like when she steps in, when she shoot the platinum on P on the back of that monster's head, like before I even start, it's confirmed that these monsters are not demon or angels. So yeah, but it's gonna be something new. It's gonna be something big. I don't care. Let me fight these guys. Kaiju battles, like bigger monsters. You can summon big demons out and fight them. And like this is like that's kind of fire and stuff like that. I was like, okay. I was like, yo, is that Bayonetta's voice I hear? Is that Bayonetta's voice I hear? Yo, she sounds super young. Like literally, like Bayonetta sounds super young in this. But man, when she says that line, I'm fashionably late. I'm here to give you everything you want. I was like, so you gonna take my virginity? Let me stop being horny. Let me stop being horny for that mess. But Bayonetta just had my heart going, bro. My Unborn Witch is back, y'all. Y'all understand, man. Y'all understand. My Unborn Witch is back. Yo, what the freak's going on with this level, dude? But I am happy, we got a new Bayo game coming out. It's happening. We finally see some footage from it. It's just and I just love it all. It's beautiful because man, Platinum Games is quickly becoming one of my favorite developers. Out there. They have amazing games on every platform that you can just sit back and play. Like Nier Automata, get down PS4. Here, or the new Nier Replicant, which is the remake of the first Nier. Get that, play that. You have a bunch of options. Get Astral Chain that's on the Switch. Get Astral Chain that's on the Switch. That's big money right there, man. I can't stress that enough. Get Astral Chain, amazing game. Like I bought it, put it down for like literally a whole month. Came back to it. And I found myself just could not stop playing. So with Bayonetta 3, I am hype as mess to play that game, And I'm a Christian, you see. One thing with me is I love the Bayonetta games. It was just I couldn't really finish them. I felt guilty to finish them because I am a Christian. Same thing with Persona. I love these series, everything like that, man. But it's crazy though. That Platinum Games, they hype because they got good track record with games. There was some blunders here, but that was because of the results of being stretched and having so many games in development when they shouldn't have that many games in development. You remember Transformers, The Legends of Korra, and stuff like that, and that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that they produced. Yeah, all that was the result of just being stretched far too much. And in my honest opinion, they recovered well from that, and they're able to make actual games. They were working on Scalebound. They're bigger baby at the time. They're working on Scalebound, and to see them still making games like Bayonetta 3 and stuff like that, man, it warms my heart. It just shows how good. It just shows you how good of a franchise that Bayonetta was. For nobody, even Sega, the owner of the franchise, to not even fund it. Nintendo funding it was the best decision that Nintendo could ever make. And I guess that leads into my next topic. I don't really want to rant about this too much because it's silly, but at the same time, you can't really like pick and choose what you talk about these days. But you gotta become hard with like some actual facts. Like, okay, okay. So what I'm about to talk about is going to be super sensitive to a lot of people who are fanboys and stuff like that. So when it comes down to the Bayonetta franchise, and I want to pause the game just to get this out the way. When it comes down to the Bayonetta franchise has been scrutinized for being exclusive to Nintendo. However, because of Nintendo, that franchise exists and it still goes on, and that's the best thing ever for it. When I hear a story like this, I could care less if the graphics are not good, if it's not 60 FPS. The fact that this game is being, how can I say, worked on, funded, and alive and well, and was able to get 2 more sequel out of it. Okay, the sequel didn't do well because it was tied to the Wii U at the time. They brought it over to Switch, dropped it on the Switch, and just didn't promote it as much. And also, the Switch version is harder to find now than anything. You'll find the Wii U version, no doubt, but you won't find Switch version of the game. And let me go ahead and put that into your perspective of what I'm talking about now. The Switch version is sold out everywhere of Bayonetta 2. I don't think Nintendo has recorded themselves because Black Market also had copies and everything else. But when you actually look at the popularity of Bayonetta, just realize and stop for a minute and think. Alright? Bayonetta was a franchise on the brink of being shelved. And Nintendo stepped in and saved it. Now she in Smash. She has 2 sequels. Oh, she has her own anime. I guess yeah, she have her own anime movie and a comic book, and it's beautiful to see that Bayonetta got this much attention just by Nintendo saving it. So tell me, why are console fanboys like PlayStation and Xbox guys much more PlayStation than Xbox? But tell me, why are they raging so much at the fact that Bayonetta is not on their popular console? The fact is, Sony, Microsoft, Sega, they had a chance to save this game. They had a chance. Alright? Sega is the owner. Why they didn't fund the sequel? Microsoft and Sony, they was approached. Why they didn't save it then? The French, at the time, the game sold 2 million compared to what was sold on Wii U versus that. That is a huge success, and you tell me you did not want to refund it? If I was them, I would have jumped on that like immediately. It doesn't make sense at all. I am in love, and I am in love with the fact that Nintendo saved this franchise. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be playing the game, but I just want to really talk about this because there's a lot of people out there who believes that the game is not going to be in its full potential because it's on the Nintendo Switch, a lesser powerful hardware. But see, that's their argument though. The game is not going to see a full potential because it's on lesser hardware. That's not an argument. What makes a game's full potential is the ability to go on, gain a fan base, do other stuff. That is full potential to me. And the fact that Nintendo saved this game, I think Bayonetta is getting its full potential. Your only reason that you're saying full potential now is because you want the better graphics and frame rate and stuff like that, man. Stuff like that, man, that people, that when you hear the story of how this game, how Bayonetta 2, was about to be shelved and stuff like that, would you even care about that? Okay, the game is on the Nintendo. Okay, so how do I support the series now? Just go get the Nintendo Switch. Go get this Nintendo Switch. It does nobody no justice because I have seen on Twitter, fanboys go off the rails and say, well, how about this? Let me play it on Yuzu, alright? The emulator. Instead of actually supporting, like, you want to play this game, getting it on an emulator does not help this game at all. That's crazy, right? I like, Bayonetta a lot. And for that to be said about this game, and you sitting here arguing that this game is not going to be at its full potential, you're taking away from its potential by saying that you're going to play it on YouTube because you don't want to buy a Nintendo Switch. You want this game? Do you want this game to succeed or not? All right, then let the game stay on Nintendo's console. It obviously did well enough for Nintendo to say, you know what, we want another game, and I am happy. And I hope Bayonetta sells twice as much as it did when it was back on PlayStation and Xbox. Now, this game's success is critical. And we really do need this game to actually sell well. You feel me? We need Bayonetta 3 to actually sell well. You know, in the heat of all that's going on right now, especially with this franchise in general, I would not be worried about some resolution or realistic graphics and textures. Right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though the game is looking to have 60 FPS, because in some kind of combat scene, the game was running at 60 FPS, and the game was running at 60 FPS in some scenes. It was only to the end where you got that 30 FPS slowdown, But the game's still in work. It comes out 2022. Might be a summer game next year. So my biggest hope for Bayonetta 3 is that Nintendo market it well. Make sure you get the word out about this game, and make sure people are playing this game. So yeah, about that. All right. So next topic, and all my topics transition into one another, and somehow it's weird. It worked. It just worked. I don't know how it worked out this way, but let me go ahead and put you into a perspective about the next topic. All right. Remember how I was talking about how Bayonetta, people just want the game, they just want to play the game just because they want the game to be realistic, better frame rate and all that stuff like that. Remember how I just said that, right? So my next topic is Nintendo, graphic lovers versus Nintendo's games. And the reason why I named it this is because one, I was on Twitter, and there's this idiot, this massive idiot on freaking Twitter. There's this massive idiot on Twitter, and I swear to you, this guy, every time a Nintendo game comes out, he feels the need to want to, how can I say that, oh, this game, like, we're gonna put this like next to a AAA game or something like that. We're gonna put this to a AAA Sony game, and we're gonna say that Nintendo doesn't do a lot for their fans and stuff like that. And he proceeds to pound on Nintendo's games because they're not like realistic, AAA games. And he does this for every time. And this is the reason why I want to make this video. It's not just one guy, because there's a lot of guys agreeing, like, I can't pay $60 for a game that looks like this. And the game in question that he was actually jabbing at was Kirby. Like, literally, like, the dude had a hate boner for Kirby. And I'm like, my guy, do you have anything better to do? Do he have anything better to do, like, with his gaming life? You know what I'm saying, right? Do he have anything better to do, like, with his gaming life? Is this how he literally plays video games? And this is why I always say, on Twitter, I'm a bit harsher about video games on Twitter. And that's because I have a big passion for video games. So when I see guys like him on, it does piss me off, because it's like these guys are oblivious to quality games. Like, they want games to always look realistic and want them to actually look like freaking movies all the time. And I myself, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I always want, a game to feel and I always want a game to just be good. You know, if as long as I don't have no problem with it, you know, as far as visuals go, you know, you can make a game look pretty, but when he did this, he compared Kirby for being $60 to Kenna and Spirits, Kenna Kenna Spirits, that game that is released on PS5 for $40. You know, you know, a lot of people took to Twitter and it became a big meme. By the way, I don't know if you've seen it trending, but yeah, because what he was doing was this, and this is the reason why I always say this. They do this every time, and it's just not him. You know, it's just not him who does it. It's also other people. Now you might be thinking to yourself like, okay, why are you concerning yourself with this guy about graphics? You know yourself, like, you know that the Switch isn't, you know, up to snuff, like you say, the Switch isn't up to snuff with the other consoles. So what does it matter if he don't like it? You know, as long as you like it and stuff like that. And you know, we say that, and you know, and we get irritated because these guys are the same ones who comes to Nintendo streams just to say, "Oh, your game sucks. Your game looks horrible," and stuff like that. But it's always this time, and you know what? I don't get the mindset behind these guys. Like, why are you here if you don't like the graphics of a game? Why are you here messing with the audience? Why? Because they enjoy this stuff? Why are you here messing with the audience of this game and stuff like that, man? That's my biggest pet peeve. You know, I feel like if you know, if you're not happy with like the graphics of a game, don't come over messing with the like, you keep that junk personal to yourself. You know, we all know the Switch isn't powerful, but to start like hopping on a Switch and even like if you do it every single time, Nintendo presents a new game. Like even with Bayonetta, people are saying, "Oh, this game looked like an Xbox 360 game." Well, newsflash: Xbox 360 and Wii U and PlayStation 3 all had gorgeous games at the time. You know, that's what made me a big fan of HD gaming at the time. You know, I quickly fell off once I saw the ugly side of being a fan of HD gaming. You know, these guys just want visuals all the freaking time, and every time Nintendo have a direct, they're always there nitpicking away at Nintendo's games. You know, just to, how can I say, justify wanting better visuals all the time. You know, they dare to nitpick those games. Why are you there? You know, it's not really fair to like the gamers, the creators. Like, these guys are over here creating heartfelt, really good, solid games. Like, I don't care what people said about Pokemon Legends Arceus. I don't care what people saying about Bayonetta 3. I don't care what people saying about Kirby. But you know what? But it's crazy because it happens every time. It's like, why are you here? If you're not happy, if you're not happy with Nintendo's games, why are you here watching Nintendo stream? Why are you here? Why are you here in the direct? Did you just come here just to nitpick the graphics? That tells me something about you as a gamer. Are you even a gamer? I call that a poser. I'll call that a poser, and I think I deserve to say that. I know. Who am I to call another gamer a poser? But I just think that how they do this. Now, it's just not only this guy. It's another guy, too. It's like other people, you know, on Twitter that actually does this, too. They do it for kicks and laughs. They know we're going to get a reaction out of us. You know. Oh, but it happens every time with the Nintendo Directs. And I can't stress it enough, man. Graphics done killed a lot of gaming spirits. Like, these guys don't want to play video games no more, man. If the game ain't looking good, or if the game ain't looking good, it ain't 1080p, or stuff like that, man, they don't even want to play it no more, man. It's just like, and I'm like, how can you sit here and just be like, I can't see how you can just sit here and just be like, oh, this game is horrible because it's not, you know, 1080p, you know, 30 FPS and stuff like that, man. I was like, screw that, man. The game fun? Are you enjoying the game, man? That's the most important part, man. So I just want to go ahead and just say this. That did not work out like I hope. That did not work out like I hope. Let's try that again. And that time it worked out. But so next time, people, when we actually sit here and we actually next time, people, when we actually sit here and judge a game because it doesn't look like its best. As it doesn't look good because you have these incredibly unnecessary high standards for video games. Oh, this game gotta look like this or I can't play it. That's being a picky freaking gamer, man. It literally allows me to question: do you even play video games? Because if you think like this while playing a video game now, how do you think when you actually? How do you think when? That how are you even functioning as a gamer? In my honest opinion, how do you function as a gamer? In my honest opinion, how do you do it? I gotta learn your secret. I can't sit back and just play good looking games all the time, man. I gotta play. I gotta play video games, man. I love them. I love them too much, man, just to skip out because the game doesn't look great, man. I've been playing some of these games on Switch games like Jump Force and stuff like that, bro. I've been playing them for a while, man. So yeah. So with that being said, to end off this little stream of mine, and I thank you for everybody who is sticking it in with me and everything like that. To end off the stream, I want to go ahead and leave y'all with my impressions. As y'all see on the screen, this is the game that I be and raved about. And of course, yes, I am playing the Nintendo Switch version of the game. I think I showed y'all that earlier when I went to go download that Heart of Cars demo. The Voice of Cars demo. But yeah. Before I end off my stream, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you my thoughts on Sonic Colors Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch. It's so far for me, it's been a pleasant ride. I've been attention to. I will admit, I've been trying to cause some of the glitches to happen. However, it seems like that last update that Sega did kind of stabilized the game a bit and in a good way. Now, I'm not going to sit here and play because I think I done showed off enough of this game already. And I need to play one more level. But, there's some unnecessary drawbacks with this game. Mostly the start menu, which the menus in the game was 60 FPS on the Wii. The loading screens for the stages, I gotta be honest with you guys, I am not a big fan of the loading screen with these games, man, because these junks take forever. Wait, what? These junks takes forever to start the level, and I'll be sitting there okay, I'm listening to the music and everything like that. How come PlayStation and Xbox and all that, they get fast? This is a freaking Wii game, bro. Do you catch the drift I am trying to put down, my boy? What's up with that? But also, even with this game, it's allowing me to play one of my favorite Sonic games again. For the first time, in HD. It's allowing me to play one of my favorite Sonic games in HD. And I in honest opinion, I can't get enough of this game. I'm trying to have this game finished before Metroid Dread come out because I tried to do that with Final Fantasy VII, and yeah, my attention went elsewhere. Alright, and don't get me wrong, Final Fantasy VII was a fun game. I got to the Northern Crater. Every time I pick up the game and try to start and beat that, it is what it is. Give me a minute, cause I know what she want me to send something. Give me a minute. Ma'am? Okay, I'm back to finish off what I was starting to talk about. So yeah, man, I'm trying to have this game finished before Metroid Dread come out. However, man, um, Sonic Colors Ultimate on the Switch so far for me has been a treat. You know, I still stand by everything I said about the game beforehand. I Nothing changed. Don't be like, oh, Kahuna, you gonna solve. You know, I thought you wasn't with this game and everything like that. No. This game still has some glaring issues with it, and it still has some very big glaring issues with it. Like, let me explain. All right, I still do get kind of glitches. Like, I encountered the infamous Sonic entering the stage glitch. You know, it was in what's that stage? Uh, Carnival Act, Carnival Starlight Carnival Act 3, and yeah, that glitch was just stupid. And why is Sonic having a problem entering the freaking stage? Like, why? Why is Sonic having a problem entering the freaking stage and something like that, man? I thought it was just ridiculous in order to just even just see that glitch happen. I didn't have no bad, terrible glitches with this game so far. So far, I enjoyed everything. Like, I'm playing it right now. Like, Sonic Colors Ultimate, it has been a treat so far for me, at least. You know, oh, I gotta be honest with you. You know what? I am a big fan of remix Sonic music. Yeah, this game. Yeah, no. I'm sorry to say. And you know what, man? Look, there's only like a couple, a handful of songs that got good remixes, and that. Sometimes I just want to listen to the original soundtrack because the original soundtrack was super good for a Wii title. That was super good, and even on a even if you play the DS version of the game, you know, even if you play the DS version of this game, you know, you was in a treat even with the soundtrack. You know, if anything, you know, this is possibly the ultimate experience with Sonic. You know, I have played and experienced some of the extra stuff like the rival rushes and everything like that. Man, I'll be honest with you, man. The rival rushes can suck everything right now because the rival rushes are is how can I say it ain't really good. You know, if you want to catch my drift, you know, with that. Rival rushes, you know, they put you the rival rushes like in order to make they give you like some of the more challenging stages to actually race in with Metal Sonic, and yeah, it can be if you're not quick enough on your feet or you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you can lose to Metal Sonic like indefinitely, and you know, it's it's not the rail rushes. They're not really bad. They're just like quick distractions, you know, just to pan out everything else, man. And also the customization, as you see, customization isn't bad either. You know, I do like the customization. It looks, you know, I got Sonic dripped in blue because blue is my favorite color, and Sonic, I said, you know, Sonic's blue. I will drip him in blue. Of course, this is blues don't match, but hey, it's still drip though, and it's nice. You know what? It's still Sonic drifting. The tails mechanic that they got in this game that implements like the fly in and stuff like that. You know, get those tail things because they are. Well, I just got a rubber rush right now. I'm not showing it off, but keep them in tune because yeah, you want to keep them on your level because they act like extra men. They act like extra men, but they're not extra men. You know. They basically like save points at times. Like when you fall off, they only work when you fall off, not when you die from enemy damage or nothing like that. It only works when you fall off like a cliff or something like that. That's what it only happens. Like when you see that red Sonic sign, that's when it works. When you see them, collect them. They hurt. They actually help out in the long run. Like you don't want to go back. Like if you saw back on that anti-gravity level one. That I would have mad problems, and when I got hurt or got hit off, stuff like that, it did not work at all. Yeah, that's because, yeah, that's because, ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me hold on for just another minute. I'm getting called like crazy tonight. Yes. Yeah, I gotta wrap this up. Yeah, I got something I gotta do. I gotta wrap it up fast. I got something I gotta do. Okay. So yeah. Um. With that being said, Sonic Ultimate, Sonic Colors Ultimate, really not a bad game. Really not a bad game. It's actually pretty decent on Switch. I'm just grateful that I'm one of the ones who didn't run into all those awful glitches just yet. I had enough to like actually keep it going. Like I actually had enough, you know, you know, you know I hope I don't juice myself and I find myself with more of these glitches. But so far my impressions on Sonic Colors Ultimate has been good and mixed. I've been having a lot of fun with the game. Since, and I'm not really like I'm not really trying to bag on the game. I'm just it's just the way that did that early release. It really scared me and tripped me up and everything. Like I like Sonic and I do want these Sonic games to look good and run better. On Nintendo system. So hopefully everything goes well with Sonic Rangers in the near future. So yeah, it's your boy Kahuna Silver signing out. One more time for the big dog. And I'm so sorry this stream took so late. Life got busy. Um, I may have a new girlfriend in my life, so yeah, that part. I may have a new girlfriend in my life, so that part. All right, life got busy, church got busy, I work. Keep yourselves humble, kings. Keep yourself humble.